Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, what are some traits that might make me look feminine in a bad way? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, girlfriend. I'm just kidding, because that's what I'm gonna go over today is times you are giving that friendly girlfriend vibe. So to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to avoid doing that shit or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so I have a client who was really good at connecting and listening and understanding and also being himself, but I realized the way in which he spoke made him come off like a girlfriend. And the second we pointed it out, he took it really hard, to be honest, because he struggled for a really long time, like being friend zoned and, you know, just not getting the women he really liked. So he took the advice really hard. I was really scared he was gonna leave the program. Then the next week he came in. He came in like all like saucy and like sexy and flirty. I'm not gonna lie, in ways that I didn't think I'd ever be able to see. But it was about catching that pattern that he didn't even realize he was giving off, to be able to stop it and course correct it in the moment so that he could stop coming off as a girlfriend. So if you know that you've been struggling with this in your interactions with women, where you aren't even sure why she doesn't see you that way or why she doesn't have feelings for you the way you have for her, let me take a look at your interactions, me or one of my coaches, with my 90-day coaching program. Book a call with me to talk about it right now. JessicaJDating.com/book. You will be talking to me for now, I think, depending on when this video airs, or you'll be talking to my cousin Brooke, who has been looking at applications to work with me for years now. So I've been training her to do these calls for me to take over because I gotta spread my wings, guys. I can't do these forever. Even though I've had so much fun doing these calls with you guys, everybody I've met, I just had a fucking blast with. But book your call to speak with me directly while you still can, to talk about not being one of our girlfriends anymore. Again, JessicaJDating.com/book. And if you stay to the very last one, I'm gonna talk about that pattern that my client wasn't even aware of, and actually I wasn't even aware of until this year, that might make you look like a girlfriend gossip session person. Okay, so the first trait you might have that comes off as feminine in a bad way is being a sounding board. I'll tell you right now, us women, we're sounding boards to each other, because when we women are stressed, the only thing that will lower our cortisol levels, cortisol is the hormone secreted when we are stressed, the only thing that will lower our cortisol levels is an increase in oxytocin. And oxytocin is released when we are bonding, when we are communicating our fucking feelings with one another. It's why we could talk on the phone all day. I just realized the other night, me and my girlfriends were getting dinner from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. All we did was talk, because it feeds us. Again, it feeds all of us very cyclically. It makes us feel good to feel connected and lower those stress levels. So if you were sitting there just like listening to her feelings, oh my God, I love that she tells me about her day and feels so open to tell me her feelings, but you're not creating connections, you're just a sounding board, which means you're just a girlfriend. I don't sit there and try to create connections with my girlfriends. I relate to some shit like, oh my God, yeah, I hate when they do that shit. But that's not connecting. That's not creating connections or chemistry, which I'm gonna talk about in the third one, but which then brings me to the second one, which is being a people pleaser. You might not wanna listen to her shit all the live long day, but you don't wanna stand up for yourself. And you might be the person who thinks you have to, oh no, I can't like tell her that I don't wanna hang out today, she'll get mad. Or even, oh no, I can't stop paying for all her shit, she'll get mad. Or maybe you're the guy that when you get the wrong order at the restaurant or they didn't cook it right, you don't want to say anything. That's people pleasing. But I'll tell you right now, we women were brought up to be people pleasers. And if you haven't seen Barbie, just watch Barbie, they explain it all. But women of my generation and older at least were told that like, no, haha. Don't be like that. That's not, no, men don't like that, huh? So we're taught to appease and please everybody, but if you're a guy who seeks to appease and please everybody, we'll be like, that's my girl. Does that make sense? And the last one, let's talk about this pattern of interaction my client was doing. In fact, he reminds me of another client I had years ago who was notorious notorious for being the sounding board and being a people pleaser and speaking in this way. When you let her talk on and on and on and on about her experiences, and then all you do is then talk on and on and on about your experiences. Where is the connection there? Connections in chemistry is a set of reactions. So if you're just sitting there listening to this, and then you switch, well, what about you? Tell me about you. Oh, okay, now it's my turn to do this. That's not a connection. That's you being girlfriends. Connections in chemistry means reactions. Reactions and moving things forward. Planting the idea of us together. It's not shit we do with our girlfriends. It's not shit we do with our family, our friends, our coworkers. It's something that goes beyond it. Because the only thing we can get from you is something beyond what we have from everybody else. And that is that chemistry. That is that emotion. That is that, romance and sexual attraction and shit. And if you're not doing it, if you don't know how to do it, book a call with me right now. We'll talk about making it happen for you. JessicaJDating.com/book. Check yourself for these 3 things. I'm very aware that most of my videos lately have only given you 3 fucking things, but 3 margaritas, I'm gonna put it in my puss. So if you know you're guilty of this, you wanna take care of it, eliminate it, change it once and for all like my client did within 90 days, book your call with me, JessicaJDating.com/book. And thanks for watching as always, guys. I'll see you next time.